Hello everyone, welcome to another vlog. I thought I would start one because I just got something very exciting in the mail, which I will open in just a moment. I haven't done a reading vlog in a while. I have been actually reading a lot. I've just not really felt like filming, and I'm not entirely sure I am in the mood for a reading vlog, but I just figured I'll start and see how it goes. I've also filmed like some footage of me setting up these new bookshelves in my new room and stuff like that over the past month or so I might like include those. So the thing that arrived is something I knew was coming because my lovely friend Jodie from Vanilla Moon actually sent me one of her like surplus copies of a really exciting new release that I haven't yet bought because she accidentally ended up getting 2 of one edition and she was thinking about like selling it or something, and I was like, please sell it to me. So here we are. It arrived today. I have some scissors. I'm going to attack all this masking tape. Thank you for packing it so safely and securely. Oh my gosh, I can already see the sprayed edges. I can't believe how beautiful this is. I had no idea this edition was so gorgeous. Oh my god, it's signed. So I'd been thinking about ordering the hardback of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, but everywhere that I could get it from in or near New Zealand was really expensive. So I figured if I'm gonna have to pay like a lot of money for it anyway, I might as well get one of the like beautiful editions. And I'm so happy I did that because holy shit, this is stunning. This is definitely my favorite version of the cover I've seen. I love the black with the blue and the edges. Oh my god, okay, let's open it. Oh, there's a note. Oh my god, she's the best. There's the signature. Okay, let's have a look. Stop it. Okay, I'm obsessed. I'm so happy I have this edition, Jodie. Thank you so much. Your note is so sweet. I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. So this is, of course, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. I read my first B.E. Schwab this year. I read Vicious and I absolutely loved it. I'm thrilled by the premise of this book, so I am definitely going to read it this year. Love, love, love. So quick update on what I'm reading at the moment. I have recently finished From Blood and Ash. Had the time of my life reading it. It was so good. I read it on my Kindle because it was so cheap and I basically couldn't find it anywhere else. It wasn't like at a library or at any bookstores or anything like that. So I've revived my Kindle and I've finished it, and now I am reading the sequel, which is A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, something like that. I've only read 1 chapter. I started it this morning, but I love it. I love the vibe. I love where I think the sequel is going. From Blood and Ash was so good. I would never have read it if not for Chloe's like Patreon book club, so thank you, hun. I am also still reading Jane Eyre. I've not made any progress since I first picked this book up. I just haven't really been reaching for it because I know what happens in this story. Maybe that's part of the reason I'm not reaching for it, but I will hopefully keep making progress. It's just hard because there's so much like fantasy I want to read right now. Like I'm reading the sequel to From Blood and Ash. I really want to read Addie LaRue, obviously. I really want to read These Violent Lights. It's hard, which I bought a copy of just the other day, so it's just not intriguing me, you know? And another book I've only read like literally a few pages of, I started it the other evening, is the Autobiography of Malcolm X, and this is already a lot in the best way, so I've only read like 15 pages and I'm very excited to keep going. I am like highlighting some stuff as I go. Quite notably, the first sentence of the introduction is, "The American Civil War did not end in 1865. Very true. This book is like 500 pages. So while I want to finish it this year because it's on my list of books I wanted to read in 2020, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. Obviously that would be great to finish it this year, but it is like 500 pages of very dense and emotional non-fiction, so we'll see. So currently reading those 3 books. I think this afternoon I want to try read some more Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Lol, if that's not even what it's called. But in the meantime, here is that like montage footage of bookshelf setting up. Basically, I planned to do a setting up my bookshelves video, but I just completely like ran out of steam. I'm lazy and filming takes effort, so bye. Hello, it's Sunday now. It is like a stormy, rainy, grey, cloudy day and I'm loving it. No surprises there. Perfect day to do some reading. I basically woke up this morning and started reading immediately. I read maybe like a third of Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Is that what it's, I keep forgetting what it's called. The sequel to From Blood and Ash. I ended up reading about a third of it yesterday, like in the evening. It's just so addictive and readable, you guys. So I'm currently 65% of the way through. Oh my gosh, can you hear the rain? thank you. I always think of Chloe when it's like, thank you. I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I'm enjoying it as much as the first, and talking about it with Chloe because she's now finished reading it as well. There are things that don't sit quite right with me about it, but there were parts of the first book that I liked so much that I gave it 4 stars, but like it, albeit a low 4 stars, but it just felt slightly too high to be 3. But I think I might have to go back and revise it to a 3-star rating, which is still really good in my eyes. And at the moment that's what this is feeling like. The sequel might be 3 stars as well. I am excited to finish it because there are just so many books I want to read right now, in addition to the fact that I'm in the middle of Jane Eyre and the Autobiography of Malcolm X. So I definitely want to make some more progress with Jane Eyre, but there's just so much I want to read, and Jamie has just started reading The Poppy War and she says it's amazing, so I want to pick that up as well. That's another book I need to read before the end of the year, and there's just a lot going on, but I am really enjoying just having like a fun fantasy romance vibe in the meantime, even if it is a bit repetitive, even if I'm only really in it for like the romance and the smart, but sometimes you just gotta suffer through the plot to get to that good stuff, you know. I'm gonna keep reading. Hi everyone, jumping back into this vlog. So I think I left off like maybe a week or so ago. I was reading Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, which I have since finished. As predicted, it was a 3 stars from me, which is also what I lowered my From Blood and Ash rating to. Both 3-star books for me, probably more like the lower end of the 3-star scale. I did really enjoy them, but the enjoyment factor to do with like the romance is definitely the highlight for me. Everything else I can definitely give or take. I'm still currently reading Jane Eyre, but I've actually made some progress with this. So I'm now on page 183. I like it when I'm reading it. I just never want to pick it up. But I've made a deal with myself that I'm going to do my absolute best and really try to get through all the books that I meant to read in 2020 before the end of the year. This is one of them, so she's going to work hard. Let's see where she ends up. Also currently reading the Autobiography of Malcolm X. I haven't made any progress with this since I read like 10 pages of it. Again, it's on that list, so I do really want to make it through this one before the year finishes. I also have 2 other books I'm currently reading. One of them is on my Kindle, and that is My Deal with the Elf King, or A Deal with the Elf King. It's about like a human girl, and in this world, like every however many years the elves come to take like a human queen, because that's like the law of the land, that's how everything stays at an equilibrium, you know what I'm saying. I was excited for another like fantasy romance vibe like from Blood and Ash. Unfortunately it's falling super flat for me at the moment. I'm like halfway through. If it was like a longer book I would probably DNF it, but because it's short I'm gonna push through and just hope that things get a bit spicier, but my hopes aren't too high. And then I'm also currently reading The Poppy War by Rf Quang. This is definitely my favorite of my current reads at the moment. This I picked up a couple of days ago because Jamie's reading it right now, and Jamie, Chloe and I had originally intended to buddy read it, but like time just got away from us. We're all very busy, but Jamie picked it up recently and she's just loving it. So I got jealous and I wanted to read it too. Again, this is one of the books I want to read this year, and I have every confidence that I will finish it before the end of the year. I'm hopefully going to finish it this weekend. From the get-go, I cracked the spine, and it's literally life-changing to just be like lying in bed like reading it like this or like reading it like this. Decided that paperbacks are just so lit and I love it. So also since we last spoke, I had my 27th birthday. It was really fun, and thank you so much to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. It was really lovely to receive all your messages. I did of course get some books as gifts, so I thought I would quickly show them to you now to round out the end of this vlog. So first up I got this one from one of my friends. This is All Our Shimmering Skies, and it's by Trent Dalton. I haven't read any of his books before, but a friend of mine has. She read his other book, and so she got me this as a gift because she loved that other book and she thinks I will like this one and his writing. So it's set in 1942. I think it's a historical fiction set in Darwin. All Our Shimmering Skies is an odyssey of true love and grave danger, of darkness and light, of bones and blue skies. It is a love letter to Australia and an ode to the art of looking up. And also this is just so pretty, so love that. The next three were from my parents, and I actually like went book shopping with my mum and I picked these books, so they weren't a surprise, but I'm super grateful for them. First up is Kerry Holmes' The Bone People. This won the Booker Prize in 1985, so I may be a 27-year-old hag, but at least I'm not old enough to have been alive in 1985. But I'd never heard of this book, and I was just delighted to find out that a Kiwi author had won the Booker Prize in 1985. My mum has read it and she really recommended it. It's quite long, but hopefully I'll get to it someday. And this is set in New Zealand, so I'm really keen to read more fiction by New Zealanders and about New Zealand, so definitely keen to get to this. I haven't read it, it's so long, I'm terrified of it. This is the first novel that she wrote, and I think it's about like a teacher-student kind of vibe. A high school sex scandal jolts a group of teenage girls into a new awareness of their own potency and power. Interesting. Maybe it'll have my Dark Vanessa vibes. And then last up I got Chappie by Patricia, who is a Māori New Zealand author. I really want to read more of her work. I've got Portiki on my shelves already, so I'm hoping to get to that next year, and then Chappie will be one of my next Patricia reads. I was drawn to this because of the author, but when I read the plot I thought it sounded so fantastic. So here we go. Uprooted from his privileged European life and sent to New Zealand to sort himself out, 21-year-old Daniel pieces together the history of his Māori family. How cool is that? As his relatives revisit their past, Daniel learns of a remarkable love story between his Māori grandmother, Orowea, and his Japanese grandfather, Chappie. The more Daniel hears about his deceased grandfather, the more intriguing and elusive Chappie becomes. Hello. So yeah, those are the lovely books that I got for my birthday. Thank you so much again to everybody who wished me a happy birthday, and thanks to everyone in general who like watches these videos, and for all the support that you've given me this year and the previous year. I know it's been a shocking one for us all, but I hope everybody is as well and as safe and as happy as they can be right now, and I'm wishing you all the very best for next year. Plan right now is to read some more of The Poppy War this evening, hopefully get through it over the weekend. And yeah, Neza Marry Me challenge. So I think that'll be it for now. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. Very bitsy, I know, lots of different clips from different time periods over the last few months of my life, but I'll try to make some more cohesive ones in the future as I do my mad dash to finish all the books I want to read this year. I hope your reading is going well, and I hope you're having a good holiday season. I'll see you in the next one.